In a war-torn world, there was once a man known as the strongest king. He ruled with wisdom and might, crushing enemies and uniting lands. But the weight of blood, betrayal, and endless war wore down his soul. At the peak of his reign, he chose to vanish. He disappeared from history like a shadow. Years passed, and when he finally died, no one mourned. No throne, no legacy, only silence. But death was not the end. He opened his eyes to a warm light, a woman's voice, a gentle touch. He had been reborn, not in the same world, but in a new one. A world of magic, swords, and mystical races. This time he was no longer a king, but a baby in the arms of a kind mother. His name now was Arthur Lewin. A name with no crown, no kingdom, just a new life and the silent shadow of a powerful past. From his earliest days, people noticed something was different. He didn't cry like other babies. He listened, watched, understood. By the time he could walk, he was already reading. By the time he could speak, he asked about history and tactics. His parents were not ordinary. His father, Reynolds Lewin, was a former adventurer, skilled and brave. He still trained like a warrior and shared stories from his past. He had loyal companions, adventurers who trusted him with their lives. His mother, Alice Lewin, was a rare healer. Her gentle hands could close wounds others thought fatal. She was calm, warm, and sharp-witted. They didn't understand how their son learned so fast, but they loved him deeply. Reinhardt didn't learn to fight from them. He remembered how to fight. In secret, he practiced using wooden sticks as swords. He trained his body, meditated in silence. He wasn't just learning, he was remembering. And most of all, he remembered what it felt like to lose everything. And he swore, this time he would protect what mattered. One day, unexpected visitors arrived at the Lewin family home. They were adventurers, old friends of Reynolds and Alice from their younger days. Helen Shard, a calm and powerful mage. Adam Crenge, a confident warrior with a teasing grin. Durden Walker, a sharp-eyed archer. Jasmine Flamesworth, quiet, serious, and deadly. They had come for dinner, but also to invite Reynolds on a new mission. After the meal, Adam looked at young Arthur with a smirk. So, this is the genius you two keep bragging about? Arthur stood, unshaken. Adam drew a wooden practice sword. Let's see if you're as good as they say. Arthur dodged the first strike with ease, his movements fluid. He spun, used mana, and tapped Adam's chest with a glowing palm. Adam froze, then laughed. This kid, he's real. Everyone was silent. Then Helen smiled. We have a long journey ahead. He's ready. The next morning, Arthur stood with his small travel bag. His parents, Reynolds and Alice, gave him a warm hug. Stay close to them, his father said. Listen to Helen, his mother added. Arthur nodded. Then, alongside the four adventurers, now called the Twin Horns, Arthur mounted a horse and set off on his first true journey. The wind was fresh, the road was long, but something inside him knew. This was only the beginning. The road ahead was quiet. Arthur rode behind the Twin Horns, taking in the forest around him. Reynolds and Alice followed in a small carriage. The wind was soft. The world felt calm. Suddenly, bandits burst from the trees. Steel clashed. Magic flared. Arthur, take your mother and run! Reynolds shouted. Arthur stepped forward. I can fight! Reynolds cut him off. Alice is pregnant. Protect her, now! Arthur froze, then grabbed his mother's hand and they fled. But they didn't get far. A masked bandit blocked their path. Arthur stepped in front of Alice, mana surging in his hand. Then the ground beneath him cracked. He slipped, falling down the cliffside. Roots and rocks battered him. His vision went black. And just like that, the genius child fell into darkness. But fate had only just begun to test him. If you want to know what happens next, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Part 2 is coming soon.